this is good, this is bad, uh-oh, but you find yourself wanting this. So this makes her the enemy, but she's not supposed to be the enemy because that makes me bad. So I gotta do X, I have to, which I resent her, and because I have to and I should want to, that makes me bad, but so I try to be good by doing X, but so that's the loop. Am I missing anything? And I sit back and go.
Wow. What do you see in that?
Do you see anything? What stands out for you?
Do you see anything in that, right? Yes. So in terms of what we're just saying, what you do is you say, look, you've got this view of reality. And as you describe it to me, I'm noticing bits of it. And at some point when you're talking, I go, okay, I've got a frame. That when I offer this frame, it's going to give you new insight. You're then going to speak from that insight, which is going to give me more information, which I'm going to put into this frame, which I'm creating according to a set of patterns. And you create, look at this like a tree.
Right. What I'm saying is what's shifting for me is I actually don't. My looking at it like a tree is standing back with them and going, wait a minute. They're fundamentally going to choose food over poison once they know it's poison.
Yes, that's the
right.
Yes.
So that's what I presuppose, right? So I have them look at it and go, okay. Now we just went I and made it it. Now let's experience it. What comes up for you? What do you notice?
Right. Here's the thing that I will challenge you on. Right. Is that the way that you make the I it is non-trivial.
Right.
The specific way that you say see this and then see this and then you do this, right? And then you do this. That is unique to Guy. And the reason why people pay you so much money is the way that you do that pops stuff for them. When they look at their life through the lenses that you create for them in the moment, it's a creative process. Your goal is not to tell them how to feel, how to think about it. Your goal is to just to make it as clear as possible.
Because if I do,
then they'll just see it and they'll go, oh!
And they'll naturally discern things. Yes. Okay, so what's the oh my god, if I keep looping like that. Okay, looping like that. What is that?
Right, describe that.
What's that?
And then they say it, and then you clarify more, and the way you're clarifying...
Boom. Now...
Right. So here's the myth. And I'll say it as a myth, and I understand I'm saying it way too strong. Right? But I'll say... The myth is that what you're doing is just describing how it is.
Yeah, that's not true.
What's true is that you're describing how it is from a very particular perspective.
Right.
And it's that perspective.
Oh!
That is the power.
Yes, and but the perspective is grounded in natural values.
Yes!
Right?
Yeah, the perspective is grounded, I'll say a couple things about it. The perspective is grounded in a tremendous amount of experience and a tremendous amount of self-reflection, a tremendous amount of training of what leads people to open and make better choices, and what leads people to close and make bad choices. That you have integrated into a set of understandings, that you have articulated a whole set of understandings, and that you continually add to. Right? You read a book on object relations and you go, oh!
Yeah.
Right? And when you're going, what you're doing is you're clarifying your framework. You're getting more choices in your toolbox. Such that when someone speaks, you know through experience.
There's tons of facets
exactly.
of the diamond.
Oh, they say that. I've now got 20 different ways of thinking about that. Which is the one that leads to the most opening? To the most blossoming of this human being into their creative intelligence, such that when they look at it, they go, duh, I don't want to do that anymore. It's not that it's wrong, it's just that it doesn't lead the result I want.
Yeah, totally.
And especially because I now see that I can do this, and it will give me fantastic results. Poison? Food. I'm going to choose food. It's not like it's a bunch of work. It's not like I have to willpower my way and, oh my gosh, now I'm going to choose. No, it's, duh. Now that I'm clear, I don't put my hand on the hot stove.
Yeah.
Right? I warm it on the electric blanket.
Right.
Once I'm clear, I just naturally make the right choice. Your brilliance, and one of the reasons I love you so much, one of the reasons I love talking with you, working with you, etc., is that the frames that you see lead to tremendous thriving. Right? Now, for me, it's all about thriving. I'm not interested in understanding for its own sake. I'm not interested in what I'll call, philosophical masturbation. Right? It's fun.
Obviously.
Right? And there's a sense in which this is a bunch of philosophical masturbation, except you and I are going to take it and then use it with our clients in a way that has them.
Yes.
Because the clearer we get our perspectives, the more when someone brings something to us, we go, wait a second. I can give you a single idea that will fundamentally transform your life for the better. Because I can see things that you don't see.
All philosophers, see, if Hegel was seeing clients, I think his writing would be different.
Exactly. They're not seeing clients, and they can't see clients.
Yeah, because they only see their ideas.
I mean,
yeah.
This is why philosophers don't work with individuals. This is why Heidegger wasn't a shrink.
Yeah.
Because at
the end of his life, he did teach in psychologists.
Yeah, and look what those psychologists do. This is where, again, I'm really pissed off at Heidegger. When it came down to the fact of looking back on his life and seeing the effect of his ideas, he never repudiated his Nazism. Imagine that. Imagine that you were so passionate about your ideas that you supported the equivalent of a Hitler. And you taught.
Right.
You were a public professor.
Right.
Taken essentially to the top philosophy departments of one of the top universities, kicking out the Jews who were there, who were your teachers. Right? Right. Whose role was his teacher? Kicked him out. Took his position.
Ursula was fucking cool.
Yeah. So, teaching Nazism, Holocaust happens, never repudiated. Think about that.
Yeah.
Right? So that
he never even talked about not repudiating.
Yeah.
He completely avoided the issue.
Right. And that's why he could never be a shrink. Yeah. Because you have to confront the major issues, right? This is the sixth rule of the game of thriving, is essential versus peripheral. Core versus peripheral. Right? It's what are the most important things, where you get the biggest bang for your buck, the best bang for your buck, right? Where, if you focus on that one thing, will you get the most change? And he never focused on the one thing that was most impactful about his philosophy.
Yeah.
And that, and because of that thing, and that's the difference between what I'll say philosophical masturbation and coaching is. Coaching is about where do you get your bang for your buck. Yeah. Right? Okay, great. So all of this stuff, the reason why we don't go through this stuff with our clients is because it's not going to serve them. Yeah. This is not going to move them forward.
Us having these frames.
It's taking one of our frames, describing it in very simple terms that they can understand, such that when they...
presupposing it through the questions that we ask, that puts them in that frame, that looks at their life, boom, sees that, boom, leads them to their own natural values, and such that it's their revelation.
Right, and they come up with something that we never thought of.
Yes.
We don't feed them the answers.
Yes.
We feed them the questions.
Yes.
That have them look at it in a new way and go, oh, this. Oh, of course. This is my values. And often I'm sitting here. Let's say my client's there, and the solution they come up with, I go, that is so